Hey Chickies! So today I have another review video for you all. I know that just a couple days ago I did like the buy and try first impressions video on the hairbrush straightener. Well, today is a makeup one. So this is the Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation, and this is a soft matte hydrating foundation, and it has a gel whipped formula. So I'm pretty excited about this, mainly because it says soft matte on it and I have very oily skin, so I really hope that this works well, which I already know if it worked well because I'm wearing it on my face right now. I don't know why I just said that, but yeah, I have it on right now if you guys couldn't already tell. But today I'm just going to be showing you guys, from the moment I put on this foundation till, going through my school day wearing it, and, just letting you guys know how I think it is, how it holds, and, what to apply it best with, and all that type of stuff. So before we start this review video, I actually do want to mention one thing, which is my headband though, and this is a really random thing to mention, but I just want to mention it to you guys. I promise you guys, this video is not sponsored. This cause is not, paying me to say this whatsoever. However, a cause called Headbands of Hope sent me this headband along with another one, which is in this adorable little, package thing for you guys. And actually, if you guys were looking at my Snapchat story the other day, if you guys don't have me on Snapchat, my username is BeautyChickee. My Snapchat stories are open to everybody. Go check it out. But actually, yesterday to school, I wore this one, and it's just like a pink one. It has some gold detailing on it, and it's super cute. And I wore it to school, and I got a lot of compliments on it. And then this one is basically like a pleather black one. It's really cute and has a little knot at the top, so yeah. But basically, Headbands of Hope is a cause, and if you buy one of their headbands, they send another one to a child with cancer. Headbands of Hope has so many of these headbands on their website, and they're for a great cause, so I figured I'd mention them to you guys since they were kind enough to send them to me. So if you guys are interested in buying one, it is for a really great cause, obviously, so I'll leave the link below if you guys are interested in buying one. And if you do buy one, then make sure to let me know. Tweet it to me on Twitter, you can comment on this video, whatever you want. But yeah, thank you so much to Headbands of Hope for sending me those headbands because they are adorable and I will be wearing them a lot, and really suggest that you guys go check them out if you want to help out with the cause. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and give it a big thumbs up if you do, and stay subscribed to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and yeah. So with that being said, I want to hop right into this review video, so let's get started. Alright guys, so to start off, I have absolutely no makeup on my face right now. All I did was I washed it, I put some eye cream on and some moisturizer, kind of let it just soak into my skin, of course. If you guys want a more elaborate skincare routine, if you guys are wondering what I do for my skin, I just uploaded a skincare routine just like last week. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll put the link to it right there. So you guys go check that out, see what I do for my skin if you want to see how I get it nice and clear. So yeah, and I'll also have the links below. So to start this video off, of course, we're going to want to apply a primer, and the one I am using today is the Under Wonder Matte Finish Pore Primer, and this is from Perfectly Posh, and I mentioned this in my February favorites, I believe. It is a really awesome primer. I really suggest that you guys go check it out. Of course, I will have the link below if you guys are interested in it. So lately, I've noticed that around my nose, I get huge pores. I don't know why. Pores were never my concern mainly, but all of a sudden lately, I just check near my nose and I have really big pores. So this is really gonna help with that. So I have about this much, and honestly, this is gonna sound like the weirdest thing ever, but this stuff smells so good. And it's funny because I realized that on the website when I was reading into it, it's supposed to smell like watermelon, and it does. It smells really good. So I mean, it really doesn't matter if your primer smells good or not, but this stuff does smell really good, and it's really good for your skin. So yeah. So all I'm doing is I'm just applying this all over my skin and of course my neck, because we're gonna be blending our foundation onto our neck as normal. Alright, now I really wish I did have one of those makeup palette things that you could just squirt it onto and all that stuff, because normally I would put my foundation onto the back of my hand, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna be putting it onto this thing. And this is actually a big concealer palette type thing, but we're not even using it for the concealer. We're just gonna use it for this flat surface, so we could squirt the foundation onto that and then work off of that. So of course, here's the foundation. I picked it up in the color 10, which is Porcelain Ivory, so hopefully this matches me perfectly good. And it says it is a soft matte hydrating foundation, so I mean, we'll put that to the test. I really like the fact that this says that it's matte also, because I do have oily skin, so hopefully this will be very good for me since it says soft matte, so that should be good. And I mean, the only thing that is a con about this is I feel like it's in such a tiny bottle. I feel like they should have made this much bigger, unless I mean, you gotta use a little bit. But I mean, normally when I'm using my beauty blender to blend, I always use a lot of foundation. I don't know how I feel about how this is so tiny. I feel like this could be a travel size for a foundation. It says it's a gel whipped foundation. All right, so basically all we're gonna do is open it up, and I did not use this at all yet. Look, this little thing is still on it. Anyways, I'm gonna squirt some of it onto here and see what comes out. Oh, I see what it means by soft. Okay, you can definitely tell it's matte just by looking at the foundation. So I don't know if you guys can like tell by looking at it on camera, but you can definitely tell that it has like the texture of like most matte foundations, like that creamy type of texture. So basically I just took a little dot, I put it on the back of here, and I kind of just spread it out the way that my beauty blender could evenly pick it up when I need it. And this is what I normally do with all my foundation. I just put it on the back of my hand, kind of just spread it out and just move along with my beauty blender. And I mean, if I need more, then I need more, but yeah, we're gonna start off with this for now. So I have two beauty blenders here. I have the Beauty Blender regular one, this pink one, which is amazing. If you guys don't use beauty blenders for your foundation, you should definitely go and invest in one. I know that they have like those $5 ones and those $1 ones, but I mean, honestly, buy the real beauty blender. It's a little pricey. It's like $25 just for the one sponge, but it will last you a long time as long as you know how to properly clean and disinfect it. But these babies are absolutely amazing for applying and blending out absolutely any cream product on your face, especially foundation. I've been using beauty blenders for like as long as I can remember now, and it's like my holy grail of makeup. I cannot blend my makeup without one. And I also have the mini one just in case I want to like, you know, build it up like near my eye area, or like, you know, just blend out tiny areas of my face, and I have the mini one with me. So like I said, I have it on the back of here, and actually I have my mirror right behind me as well. So I'm just gonna start on this side of my face, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit from my little palette just on like the edge of it. And as you guys see, it's on the end of my beauty blender. We're just gonna start on my jawline right here and kind of just go for it and blend it. So I think what I'm going to do is one side I'm going to blend out with the beauty blender, and then the other side I'm going to just do with like a regular buffing brush, so we can see, you know, what works better. So this side we'll do the beauty blender, the other side we'll do the brush. As I'm blending this though, I'm already starting to notice that I feel like I need a lot of it. I feel like as soon as I put it on my skin, it like dissolves. So like, I don't know, I feel like I kind of need a bit of this to kind of get like a really good coverage, because I feel like it does not have heavy coverage whatsoever. But then again, that might just be because I'm blending out with the beauty blender, so that's why I'm going to try the brush also. But yeah, as of right now, it doesn't look like it has too good of coverage. So just to make this video go by quicker, I'm gonna blend it onto my neck at the end, because I just want to get to like, you know, the other side of my face, blending it out with the brush. But I'm just like, honestly, like that little bit was able to cover only this half of my face. But I don't know, I mean, it feels very matte. That's what I like about it, is it does stick true to his word. It is matte, and it does have like kind of a velvety finish a little bit. I feel like it's kind of like accentuating my pores a little bit over here, and it looks a little bit crusty around the eye area. That's the only con with matte foundations, is that especially if you have a dry eye area, since the eye area is like, you know, the most like thinnest delicate skin, it kind of just like accentuates anything you really put there. So yeah, so I'm trying to build up the coverage on this. I don't know if it's like building up on camera, but looking at it in person, it's really not that heavy of coverage. I mean, I guess you could tell a difference in camera. You could definitely tell a difference in camera, but like looking here, you could tell a difference, but it's really not like as heavy as I would want it to be. We're gonna go in with my mini beauty blender. We're gonna pick it up a little bit on here, and we'll go under my eye, and we're gonna see if we can build this up into a concealer. Okay, so I kind of just doubled it up as a concealer, and I actually must say I kind of really like it when it doubled up as the concealer. It blended very well, it looks fine, and it doesn't seem like I need a concealer. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it does still have like that little bit of like a crusty effect like over here. But normally my foundations have that, and once I apply like a powder and stuff like that and do the rest of my face makeup, it kind of just like makes it look more flawless than it is. But I mean, it looks nice. I think that you just need to build it up. And I mean, just feeling around on it doesn't feel heavy at all. Like this stuff doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. It feels like I have nothing on my face, which I do like. All right, so now that we have this side of the face with the beauty blender blended out, I'm gonna move on to this side of the face. I'm gonna be using this brush from Royal Nickel, and this is a foundation brush from them, and it's really good. It has nice bristles, it's a flat head, so we're gonna use this to kind of just buff and blend the foundation out on this side of the face. And I got some more on my little palette, so I'm just gonna pick it up with my brush like that, and we're gonna apply it directly to the skin and use some circular motions and such to blend it out. So let's start off with that. to get around my eye area because this brush can buff the foundation around the eye area. It's just a little bit difficult since it's a bigger brush and the eye area is a smaller area. So we might have to go and get a different brush for that. But as for now, it's kind of just working really well, so that's good. I feel like this foundation looks a lot better when it's buffed in with a brush and blended than it is with the Beauty Blender, which is very rare for me to say considering I use my Beauty Blender for literally everything. But even around the eye area, it looks like 10 times less cakey when it's blended with the brush. And I like that. I like how it's not cakey looking. I don't know why, but for some reason with the Beauty Blender, it's very cakey around the eye area and everything, and just it doesn't have as good of coverage. And this side, when you blend it out with the brush, it has a more flawless coverage than it does with the Beauty Blender, which is rare. And also, my pores are very big at the sides of my nose. This side you could see them, this side you can't see them at all. So that's a good thing too. I know that with this particular foundation, they also sell like a separate like blending sponge for it, and it's like on a stick. It's like a beauty blender, but like of Maybelline's line. It's like really weird, but I didn't bother to buy it because I didn't think it was gonna be that good. Plus I was watching, if you guys know the YouTuber Tati, she like does like a bunch of reviews and stuff like that. I was watching her video and she said that it was literally pointless, and honestly, even though like, you know, I blend the Beauty Blender with this and it doesn't even look that good, it looks better with the brush anyway, so it's like, you know. So I just went and I picked up this brush. This is my Royal Langnickel large round foundation brush, and this is really good for getting like the crease of your eyes. So I'm just going to be picking up the foundation on this brush. I'm going to be applying it there, and then I'm going to be using a little bit of a different brush to kind of just blend it and buff it around and such. I'm just testing this out on my face just to make sure there's like no product on it, because that would have been bad. But this is actually a crease brush. I know this is a contour shadow brush, so basically a crease brush, but it's really good for blending out concealer and such around the eye area, so we're going to be using it for that. Okay, so that's blended out now, and I mean, I don't know if you guys could tell on camera. I mean, I guess I'll zoom into my eyes, but you could tell that on this side of the face, it doesn't have as better coverage as this side. This side is the one with the brush, this side is the one with the Beauty Blender, so if you kind of just like split it down the middle, you have to see that this side looks a little bit more darker and stuff, this one looks a little bit more luminous, and this side is much better blended than this side is. So let me just zoom in for you guys though. Excuse my ratchet eyebrows, but I don't know if you guys could tell, but like definitely on this eye, like around this area, let me get my mirror again. Yes, I don't know if you guys could tell, but kind of like over here in my eye area on this side is a little bit cakey underneath, it's a little bit cakey on top, you know, near my crow's feet. And I don't know if you could also tell, but like right near my nose, I have some very large open pores, which, I mean, compared to my other foundation, this one does cover my pores a little bit better, but still, they're visible, so that's that. I just wiped off some of it with my finger by accident. The rest of the foundation is kind of fine. It just doesn't have that much, like, of a good coverage, and you can kind of see my pores a little bit over here, too, and doubling it up as a foundation didn't cover much, but yeah. And then this side, as you guys could tell, I don't know if you could see around my eye area, but it's much more flawlessly blended, except for obviously I have this line in my eye. That's because like there's no powder on it or anything, and I got oily eyelids. So yeah, but I don't know if you guys could tell, but it's definitely a lot cleaner blended and stuff like that. It doesn't have any cakiness. There's more light to my eyes, as you guys could tell, rather than this eye. And yeah, the rest of it overall looks very good. No open pores over here, no open pores near my nose. So overall, I think that the brush did a lot better. I think it did a lot better blending the foundation than the Beauty Blender did, which is very rare, like I said, because this thing is my literal holy grail when it comes to makeup. But however, the buffing brush did a lot better than that did. You know, I'd like to see maybe like testing like this foundation out with like one of those like artsy brushes, like, you know, the ones that look like hair brushes, but they're like foundation brushes and stuff. I wonder what it would look like blending that out. Probably have like a really nice flawless finish to it. So now I'm just gonna blend it onto my neck area, whatever is left on here with my brush. I'll put that on my neck and kind of just blend it in so everything matches. And then I'm going to go over to my little makeup station and I'm gonna finish doing the rest of my makeup. And then once the rest of my makeup is done, then gotta be that. So now the foundation is blended onto my neck as well as my face, and I'm gonna turn my camera off. I'm gonna go over to my little makeup station, finish doing the rest of my makeup, you know, with powder, blush, all that type of stuff, eyes, and then I'm going to come back and talk about final results and, you know, rate it and everything. So yeah. Okay, so I am back and I finished my entire face makeup. If you guys want to know my full foundation routine, you can click right there to check that out. And of course I have the link to it in the description below. But basically I just did the rest of my foundation, which includes, you know, baking my face, my contour, highlight, all that stuff. I just did a little bit of a cat eye today with some false lashes and some matte lips, and I've been loving this lip combo actually lately. Let me go get it because it is amazing, let me tell you. So currently on my lips, I am wearing my little nub of a lip pencil, but this is the color 2C, I believe. Oh, 22C from Makeup Forever. You guys know that I love Makeup Forever lip liners. And then I'm using the Vivid Matte Liquid lipstick, and this is from Maybelline, and this is in the color Nude Flush. So literally these two together make the perfect lip combo. But we're not even talking about that in this video. Of course, we're gonna go back to talking about our Dream Velvet Foundation. So one thing I must tell you guys about this foundation is, like I said during the video when I was blending it out, the side of my face, which is this one, the side is a beauty blender side, this side is a foundation side, and I mean right now it looks perfectly fine and it doesn't look like a mismatch or anything because, you know, I did the rest of my makeup, but you could definitely tell a difference when it was only the foundation, that this side was blended with the beauty blender and this side was blended with the brush. With this particular foundation, I mean, it does stay matte. It feels very matte to my skin right now. I have very oily skin, so I tend to get very oily on my chin and around my nose and stuff, and this feels pretty good right now. It doesn't really feel like I have much on my face. As for my pores, like I said, at the side of my nose, right now, they're not visible whatsoever. I think once I started, you know, once I baked my face and did the rest of my makeup, I think that the powder kind of just like helped seep into my pores around my nose, and they're literally not noticeable, like whatsoever. My makeup actually looks extremely good, and I don't know if it's because of the new foundation. It might be, but I really like this now that I look at it. Like, my makeup looks very, very flawless and clean, and I really dig it. One thing I must say, actually, though, besides the pores on my nose, those aren't showing, but the pores around my nose, like right around this area, they're a little bit larger, and you could definitely see them a little bit more. On this side, which is the side that was blended with the brush, you cannot see them whatsoever. So that was the con of the Beauty Blender, was that it doesn't really go well with this foundation. I mean, certain foundations are meant for certain tools, and I think that the Beauty Blender is meant for more foundations that are made for, you know, like foundations that are created for combination skin, for normal skin, or for dry skin. I really don't think it was meant for a type of formula that this foundation is, because this is a gel whipped foundation. I don't think it's good for blending out foundations that have that whipped formula to them, since they have a matte finish, because the Beauty Blender is supposed to blend it out and make it a nice dewy finish, and I really don't think that those two combine very well. So I think that this foundation, definitely use a buffing brush for it. It'll work much better. This side of my face is much better than this one. So yeah. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear this foundation to school tomorrow, and school is obviously like a 7-hour day or something like that. I go into school at 7:05 and I don't get out until 1:50 p.m. So however long that is my day. I don't know how many hours it is. It's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, like 8 or 7 hours basically. So yeah, I'm gonna wear this foundation through the entire day of school, and then after school I'll probably just vlog on like my little camera and, you know, let you guys know how it's doing throughout my school day. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, and yeah, so you guys will see that footage probably right after. Alright, so I forgot to vlog this morning, guys, but I put on the foundation today. Beautiful application, of course, and Emily's creeping in the back. I'm at my gym period right now. But I mean, it looks good. It's not getting oily at all yet, which I really like. And I put it on with the buffer brush because I told you guys yesterday the Beauty Blender didn't work with it. But yeah, we're gonna see. It's only been the beginning of the day. I've only had it on for like an hour or so. We'll see as we go along with the day how it lasts.
All right, Chickies. So it is 10. Yikes! It's what's it called? It's 10:50. I don't know if you guys can see because I'm just kind of vlogging. Oh, there's a security guard. That's weird. I put this on at 6 a.m. and it's almost 11. I didn't touch up my face whatsoever. I didn't blot. I look like an idiot in my school right now, guys. But I didn't blot my face at all, and I don't look shiny at all. And I feel no need to blot my face. So yeah. So now we're in the bathroom. I don't know if you guys could see. a better view, but I don't look shiny like whatsoever, and I didn't blot, and normally I have to blot my chin, and I don't feel like I have to whatsoever, so that's a good thing.
Hello chickies, I am currently in the bathroom of my cosmetology room, but I want to give you guys an update because I've been noticing some things with this foundation. I'm gonna switch to the outside camera so you guys can see better, so yeah. Okay, so to start off, I don't know if you guys can see on my chin, but it's like forming like these little patches. My skin is starting to get a little bit more oily now, so my chin's getting a little more oily. I don't know if you guys could see, kind of, but it's like forming like these little white patches, like it looks like little like clumps of the foundation together. And then also near my nose, if you guys could tell, it's starting to get a little crusty over there, and my pores are starting to get a little bit more noticeable as the day goes on. It's starting to seep in my pores, so you can kind of see over here it's getting a little white splotches and stuff. And then as for my nose, for some reason it rubbed off at the side of my nose here. Like I didn't rub my nose or anything today, and it just started to rub off, and now my nose looks kind of red. So yeah, as for like my forehead and stuff, my forehead looks absolutely fine, and the rest of my face looks fine. It's just my chin and my nose area that I've been having a little bit of an issue with. But yeah, I'm gonna wait till I get home, and then once I get home, then I'm probably gonna take this makeup off or whatever and do like a final little update. And yeah, so I get home in like an hour, so I'll let you guys know how it goes then. Last check-in for the day, chickies. I am home, and once again we're gonna flip the camera around so you guys can see what is going on with my face. Alright chickies, so now to check out what we got going on here. As you guys can see, like I said before, my chin did start to get very oily towards the end of the day, but my chin normally always gets oily, like no matter what. My lipstick is crusty AF now, but besides that, it started to wear off on my chin because foundation always wears off on my chin. Like I have yet to find one that doesn't, but yeah, you guys could see it's kind of like, you know, getting there. And also it started to like form into like these little like rings of foundation. Can't really describe them, but yeah. And then around my nose and on my nose, as the day went on, my nose got oilier and my pores got larger, as well as the pores next to my skin, as you guys can kind of see right there. You know, the foundation kind of seeped into my pores, and it kind of makes it very noticeable. It looks like there are little white dots on my face. And then, you know, right near my nose, the foundation did start to fade. You guys could see it's kind of like, you know, caked up and everything. This is a very bad shot of my nose. Like you guys are looking at this, I'm so oily, oh my god. But I didn't blot my face all day for you guys, and that's like really rare. Looking at my nose, it kind of caked up around my nose, which is normal for like all my foundations. As for my forehead and such, it didn't really cake up on my forehead, and I know my eyebrows are not on fleek right now because I've been growing them out so I could like fix them up. My eye area is pretty much fine. So honestly, my main problem area is just like my nose and my chin. Other than that, the rest of my face, the foundation was pretty good, but it's just on my chin. I don't know what the hell happened there, and I don't know what happened to my nose, considering I didn't like wipe my nose or anything, and it kind of just started to like fade off. So yeah. Alright chickies, so I did film an outro yesterday for this foundation, but I figured it'd make a lot more sense to film it today since I went the full like, you know, 8 hours full school day wearing it, so I could give you guys like my final results and everything like that. So I'm filming on my phone right now, but you know, we're just gonna speed things up and I'm just gonna basically get down to the gist of it. I mean, the foundation I am iffy about. I mean, it does say soft matte hydrating foundation, which matte and hydrating shouldn't be used in the same sentence, because how could something be matte? However, hydrating. I mean, I guess it could make sense in some scenarios like this foundation, but I mean, the majority of my face is pretty good except around my nose area, a little bit under my eyes, like around this area, and my chin started to get very oily, and you know, it started to form those little patches there, and my pores are starting to get very noticeable. And this is without blotting whatsoever, and I kind of showed you guys like the close-up before so you guys could understand what I mean with it. So yeah, I mean, in the end with this foundation, I don't know if I really like it. Out of 10, I would probably give it like a 6 or a 7, because I mean, on the rest of my face, it looks very nice. It blends very flawlessly. However, even with a primer, it tends to seep into those pores, and I did not blot this all day, and it still did show up pretty shiny around my nose and chin area. However, I hope you guys did enjoy this review video, so we're going to move into the end card now, so let's go. The end card is also going to be on my iPhone, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and stay subscribed to my channel. We're trying to hit 200,000 chickies, so make sure to subscribe to me if you're not already, and if you're not already following me on my social media, my username is @BeautyChickee on my Twitter and Instagram. If you want to check out my latest video, it'll be linked right below me, which was also a review video. And right next to that is my Chickee merch. Of course, if you guys do not know, my merchandise line is out now, so I suggest that you guys go and check it out. You can click the annotation on the screen. Everything on the screen is clickable, as well as in the down bar below. So I'm going to go, chickies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so with that being said, ciao ciao chickies. Mwah.